Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, another 2025 high school football preview as we check in with the Cajon Cowboys. We got head coach Nick Rogers. Some good-looking dudes with him, but can they ball this season? Coach, do you feel good about this group? What do you like about this year's team?
You know, especially these three guys have been three-year starters for us in the program. Putting in, they've been in here all 4 years. Really excited to see what they do. But it's like I said, we got a big challenge this year. We got a lot of youth movement on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively we return a lot of our key starters, and I think that's going to be kind of our strength going forward, at least in the early part of the season.
Yeah, you know what? You kind of just jumped to my next question. It's a perfect segue. Because when I think Cajon, you've had some great offensive line, you've had some great running backs, you've had some dynamic, skill position players at receiver, of course. Goes without saying, quarterback. You've had some good ones too, but what do you think? Where do you think the strength lies on this year's Cajon team?
Yeah, it's definitely right now with the defense. I mean, that's kind of our veteran group of kids. We're going to have to lean heavily on them. We only returned one starter on offense, so again, it's now we do have some really talented kids that have waited their turn, have stayed in the program, waited their turn, and then we got some young kids too getting their first action. So I'm excited about what we have and going forward with this offense. But I think early on, while things, defense always is usually first out of the gate anyway, as offense kind of builds that chemistry. But with such a young group, we're going to be leaning on, real heavy on our defense to kind of get us through some of these tough games early on.
All right, real quick, you mentioned a young but talented, offensive side of the football, including at quarterback. Who's your guy this upcoming season?
Yeah, he's a incoming freshman, Marcus Washington. So we're real fired up about him. He's a dual threat kid. He's extremely fast. Makes some good decisions with the ball. So we're excited to have him. In the backfield. Our offensive line loves blocking for him, and we got some receivers that can get open and hopefully make some good targets for him.
All right, Coach, before I get to your guys, I did want to ask you about your non-league schedule. You guys are taking a trip out to Texas, right, to play one of the iconic football teams out there?
Yeah, we got Permian coming up in week 5. So we'll see how these guys travel and obviously, get a big opportunity to get it's their homecoming too. So we're expecting a pretty good crowd out there in Odessa. But yeah, get to see what the mojo's all about over there.
How did that come? I mean, do you have a connection over there, or how did that kind of come together?
We were, trying to think about doing a trip with these guys. They've just been such a great group to have over the course of these last 4 years, and wanted to kind of an opportunity to go play somewhere. So called around, ended up finding this game, kind of falling into our lap. And again, I brought it up to the kids, asked if they were interested in it. They were right away ready to go. I mean, a lot of them are too young to even know what we're talking about, but they're excited to go play a team in Texas and see what Texas football's all about.
Friday Night Lights, man, go get them, and so show them what the IE is all about. Coach, let me talk to your guys as well. I'm going to start just to your left on the screen. It'll be the right, Hector Saavedra, and Hector. What do you like about this team? You just heard from Coach, but what makes you confident or optimistic about this year's Cajon team? What have you liked about the summer workouts and now practices?
I think we have a lot of hard workers. I feel like our team is very humble. I feel like obviously we're very talented. I'm just excited to see what they can do on the football field against other opponents.
Hector, you've been in the program obviously for a while now. Do you, is it important to this senior class, especially the guys sitting there next to you, because you've been on a 3-year varsity starter? Is it important for you guys to bring another CBL championship to Cajon? And Cajon's had great playoff runs as well in the past. Like, are all those things on the table? And do you feel pretty good about the Cowboys having a chance to do those things?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously we want to win league. It's our final year. That's obviously the goal. We obviously want to win our league. This past couple years came up short, but we do want to get that done. And I feel like this team could get put together pretty well come playoff time. So I'm just excited to see how we come together as a team.
And Hector, too, like I asked Coach, that tough non-league schedule, which is going to include a Texas road trip as well. You guys are playing some really good teams, some really good competition. What do you think you guys have to do well to get a couple wins, maybe go 5-0? Like, what do you think you have to do well in that non-league portion of your schedule to get off to a good start this year?
I feel like we just have to play, keep physical, play fast, uh, really just don't fold at the moment. I know we have a lot of young guys, but I feel like they can rise to the occasion. And yeah, just don't overthink it. We just go out there and play football, and I feel like we could compete with all those guys.
All right, good stuff, Hector. Let me go over to Taylor Johnson now. And Taylor, this team, as Coach said, it might be its strength on defense, shutting other teams down. The offense will come around. There's a lot of talent on the offensive side, but do you feel like defensively, the defense is going to probably keep this team in a lot of football games?
Yes, I believe that offense can make some things, but defense is going to be where it's mostly at because we do have a lot of returners, but a brand new D line. So I want to see what they could do.
Taylor, what has impressed you about this Cajon team? I know we're just getting into helmets and pads, and there's still a couple more weeks until that, that first real game. You have a scrimmage coming up, but what have you liked so far the last couple of weeks after that dead period? What has really stood out to you about this year's Cajon team?
We're a bunch of hard workers. We very competitive. We like to work, stuff like that.
Taylor, are there any former Cajon players that you look up to, like guys that have maybe gone through the program before you, and you're like, man, they did it the right way. They were on good teams. They played hard. Like any former Cajon guys that stood out to you?
Yeah, Jared Rennick.
Yeah. What was it about his game or the way he, handled himself?
Well, I grew up with him, so I basically knew most of the things about him. So I just that's a big brother.
And then Taylor, are we going to see you on both sides of the football? Or is that a coach decision?
Yeah, he'll play some running back this year too for us. We got a few packages for him, and again, he's excited to hold the football again, and because that was where he started out playing running back for us early on. In fact, that was his first offer was at running back, but he's getting all the love right now at linebacker, so he'll continue to do that. But again, we'll see him at some running back this year too.
All right, your secret's safe with me, Coach. I'm not sending this to Permian, so they don't know he might play some running back. So your secret's safe. All right, let me go to Cole on the end. Cole Imbriani, aka Bam. Oh, and then Taylor Johnson. So we got some nicknames going on here. We got to get you one, Hector. But Cole, let me go to the end because again, another 3-year starter for Cajon. You've won a league championship. You've been on some really good teams. And you've been around the dude. I remember when you were a ball boy. You've been around the program for a long time. You remember these Cajon teams that were winning championships. What do you think it'll take for Cajon to, win a CBL title, make a deep CIF playoff run, all those things? What do you think it'll take this year?
I feel like the team really needs to come together. We need to have good leaders to set examples from in the classroom, weight room, and on the field, and just get to work.
Coach was saying there's a lot of young guys that are probably going to see a lot of, significant playing time, this upcoming season. So, especially for you guys, Cole, as seniors and as multi-year, varsity starters, I mean, how important is it that you guys do set the tone for the younger guys so they know what it means when you put on that Cajon uniform and then that expectation of, like you mentioned, hard work everywhere, the football field, the classroom, everywhere?
It's very big. I feel like our defense and our team feeds off energy. So I feel as a defense, we need to set the tone and keep our little guys up. You know what I mean? Yep.
Cole, are you guys still like the Oregon Ducks of the IE, man? You guys have so many uniform combinations. Coach Rogers must be rich or something, man, because you guys have, I think, more uniforms than any other team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right, Cole? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, our district's done a great job taking care of that for us. And again, that's just kind of what we started that years ago, and I see a lot of teams are kind of picking up on it now. And but again, it's been fun. We got a few some new items coming out this year. So again, there's always some new juice coming out of here.
Coach, I think I've asked you this before, but who picks the uniform combination, like on a specific Friday night? Who gets to do that?
Yeah, it used to be the captains would kind of select that stuff, and then we got this coach that's kind of a diva, and so he likes to step in and overthrow them, and so that's kind of what's happened lately. But we're going to go back to the captains doing it because when the captains were doing it, we were winning league titles. So he's going to have to relax a little bit. So he just got fired from his job. He's finding out about it right now on your show.
All right, Coach, finally, let me wrap it up with you because you're going to scrimmage Chaparral, and then you've got Norco in that week 0 game, a big one right out of the bat. Norco's always tough. Just what are you hoping to see out of your team in that first game of the year that you feel like, you know what, this is a good stepping stone for the rest of the year? What are you hoping to see from the Cowboys in that first game?
It's such a great, opponent for us right out of the chute because they're always a physical, big team. So it's not necessarily the Toby Gerhard guys, those big guys, but they always have a big physical group. Obviously they play at that top, league. And again, they're playing some serious playoff football once they get into their conference. So it's just a good opportunity to kind of see where we're at, where we're stacked up against with the rest of them. I think we were able to get the win last year, but we lost our quarterback in the process of it. So hopefully we can stay healthy through that. That's number one. Making sure we get through healthy, and obviously get to see some early competition from a quality opponent that obviously wants to get a little revenge on us. So there'll be some extra motivation on their side.
Well, Coach, listen, always love catching up with you guys, and hopefully it's going to be another big year for the Cajon Cowboys. It sure looks like it, and have a freshman at quarterback. I've heard that before, so maybe that'll work out.
Yeah, we've had that here, once some time ago. So, this kid's exciting to watch, and so I'm excited to see what he does on the field. And there could be a time we have 3 to 4 freshmen starting on the field at one time. So. Like I said, we've got a lot of youth coming in, and they get playing times because they've earned it. But again, we've got some other guys that are out there too. So again, I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to kind of start something special with this offense. If we can keep them together, it's going to be it'll be scary, as the year goes on. So that's number one. But yeah, we're excited. These guys on defense will keep us in the game, we hope.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Coach Rogers, Bam Imbriani, Tabo Johnson, Hector Saavedra on the end. Thank you guys so much, and best of luck this upcoming season, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that's the Cajon Cowboys right here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.